This is not N8N, this is not Lindy, it's not even Zapier. This is Agent Builder by ChatGPT. OpenAI now have a native workflow builder where you can create AI workflows just like this one here. Don't know what this guy's doing in this demo. Looks pretty rubbish. But anyway, this was before they've actually released it. They now have actually released it. They've released Agent Kit, which is new tools for building, deploying, optimizing agents, which includes Agent Builder, this visual canvas to design workflows just like this one here. So in today's video, we're going to cover what exactly is this Agent Builder? Is it just a fancy N8N or Zapier that you can use natural language to create? And then we're going to go and we're actually going to create one of our own over here in the Agent Builder. Let's get into it. So, Agent Platform has been released, this Agent Builder. Ship production ready agents faster and more reliably across your products and organizations. So, some of the examples I've given here I thought were pretty, underwhelming. I'm just seeing like Canva, 2 weeks, Carlisle. I live in Carlisle, not that Carlisle. 30% agent accuracy, I don't know. Anyway, so it's the complete platform for agent development. So gives you the tools to build agentic workflows, deploy UI, and optimize performance fast and reliably. Now, part of the problem here that I'm already seeing is this idea of like, with N8N and things like that, the problem I've continually alluded to on the channel is that when you start building or like a product or a platform which uses an AI, that the AI LLM provider, so like OpenAI in this case, or say Google or whatever, they're just going to learn what use cases people are using and then they're just going to rebuild that tool natively so that they own it. That's kind of what I'm seeing happen, and this is just another example of how it's going in that direction. So anyway, for building, they give us, the models, the tools, the prompts, and the guardrails for this. For deployment, they have this user interface, and then to optimize, they have something here. So there's two ways we can do this. We can either do it through code, which would be pretty cool. We'll maybe do a video on that. If anyone's interested, comment below. Like the video, all that good stuff. Or you can do here like this, which is an agentic workflow, kind of like N8N or something, using this agent builder. So we're going to go and give this a try. Oh, hey, computer use. That is proper cool. Let me see what it's saying here. So how it works, they have an actual computer use one, which will use your computer. Oh, yeah, we need to create some stuff here. So let's go and create a workflow and just actually check this thing out. So first things first, what will we do? Structure, I mean, these are all pretty, not rubbish, but been there and done that, workflows which are for companies more than anything else. But so this is the main thing here. So it's on platform.openai.com/agent builder. So if we go to chat, create a chat prompt. So, I mean, is this just for creating new prompts? Yeah, just creating good prompts. Agent Builder is one we're going to mainly be concerned with today. And then we have what, audio, text-to-speech, images. Nice. Assistance. Oh, images. Yeah, mine's messed up. Verification. I've never been able to use the image API, which is disappointing. So let's go to one of these templates. Let's just go to data enrichment. I don't even know what data enrichment is. Not really. Customer service. We'll just do customer service. Oh, holy moly. So, let's see here. This is a new workflow. I feel like I need to make my wee head a bit smaller. Oh, this turns into code as well. Oh, that is cool. So now instead of just like in N8N, you can copy the JSON template, but it means you have to then put it in another N8N. Here, we actually can then turn this workflow into code that we can then take away and use somewhere else. That is absolutely amazing. This plus like, using Lovable or something, or even just straight into ChatGPT could be super good here. So let's preview it and see how this actually works here. So let's test this workflow we've got, and then we'll actually work through it. So hi, I don't even know what it can really do, to be fair. Jailbreak guardrail. Oh, interesting. So for guardrail for that. Classify my stuff. Conditions. Hello, how can I assist you? Mobile service today. My order Was late. I don't know. I want to see if it does some cool visuals on the left. Yes, it does. So it goes straight into the guardrail, pass or fail. If it passes, it goes in here, because this is the best way to find if stuff works. How it works, I mean. So then it goes into the conditions here, and then out we have different agents. We have a returns agent, retention, information agent. So it goes to the information agent. I'm sorry to hear about this, blah, blah, blah. Order number. Sure, let's just give it a number. Boom. That'll do. And then again, jailbreak, guard, classification agent. But jailbreak guardrail, I wonder then if you can not include that, if it means you can then jailbreak the LLM. That'd be interesting. Don't do that. Anyway, thanks for reading this. I'll check your order status. Meanwhile, could you please specify which order service it relates to? I don't know, I would have preferred if they had given me an example that I can use, because I don't know what I'm supposed to be using here. So we have that. I want to see what this says. Evaluate. So we can evaluate. Let me see. Describe the pass and fail criteria. Example: the agent is polite. Let's do the agent is polite. The agent is, we'll do aggressive. Now let's run that. So we're actually running this grader now to see if the agent is aggressive. I don't know if it's going anywhere or what it's going to do here. Can I see what's happening? So failed. Identified all agent responses in the trace, including classification, blah, blah, blah. So just check how the AI is running, I guess. So let's just go back to the actual workflow and we'll have a quick look over of how this is working, and then we'll see what it's like to publish it and how we can actually use this possibly on a website or something. So we have here at the beginning this start button. This obviously starts us off. Then we have a jailbreak guardrail. Let me move my head over here, and it comes up all on this side, which is unfortunate for my head because my laptop's over here. Guardrails, so you give it a name, input text, personally identifiable information. So, oh, interesting. Moderation, jailbreaking, hallucination, continue on error. So, personally identifiable information. Detect sensitive information, so it can detect sensitive information. Interesting. Then identify the user's intent. So here we have a classification agent. So classify the user's intent into one of these. Then we can include chat history. We can change the model all the way up to GPT-5 and back to all of the classic models, just like the API. That's cool. And then the output format, we can actually determine here the output format in JSON. Let me go into advanced. Can I see it? There we go. And into JSON. Hey, that's cool. It's like having an agent in N8N or something. Then we can route this to the correct thing. So it's a condition here. If this, do this. Else if. And then from here, just moves into each one. So each of these is an agent. So we have this return agent, offer a replacement device. You're a customer retention conversational agent. So try to not get them to leave, I suppose. And this one here has tools. So we can actually, if we click plus here, ChatKit. What's that? Client tool. The model will intelligently decide to call functions based on the input. That's pretty interesting. Let me go back to the plus here. Oops. We can actually add an MCP server, file search, web search, code interpreter, or some local code function. That is cool, man. Let me see more here so I can then change all this stuff as well. Temperature, max tokens, etc. That is very cool, man. And then information agent, just similar kind of thing, or end. Then after this, it goes to some user approval, yes or no, and then ends. So that is a really cool system. The customization here is actually really impressive. Unfortunately, it does kind of look like Lovable made it, which I'm not a fan of. But generally, as a tooling, it's really cool. And so here's all the different functions we can use. Agent, so a new agent. End it. I imagine start will be here if we do a new one. Add notes, so these little bits here. File searches, so quick. Hey, that will be cool because this could save. Let me see. Vector store, we can click create. This would save so much time for the ability to just run RAG directly in here. that is fantastic if that works. Efficient. Other file search, what else do we have? Click in here. Oops. Let's delete that. Guardrails. That was the one we were looking at for jailbreak, etc. MCP servers. So we can actually invoke an MCP call, such as what we've got here: Gmail, Google Calendar, Shopify, Zapier, Stripe, PayPal. Cool stuff, man, honestly. And then your standard logic. Oops. Kicking the kids' toys by accident. Transform and set state. So very cool. I'm actually so impressed. We need to make some videos on actually workflows in here. That would be pretty cool. And then how to maybe turn the code into being like an actual product. So this here, if we were to actually ChatKit quick start. What even is ChatKit? So ChatKit, I imagine by that they mean Agent Kit. Modular toolkit for doing this. Yeah. So, anyway, pretty cool to actually pull this into our website. So if we were to publish this here, what happens? So we'll just say test 1. If I click publish, where does it go? Does it go into the internet? Let me see. Published. Version is already the production version. So we can see here V1. Can we then change it? What happens if we change stuff? So if I delete that, and then can I save it? So I can only publish, or save it as a new draft, maybe? Change the name? Nah. If I back out here in Agent Builder, there we go. We can see my workflows. See the drafts. Don't have any. Some templates. Here's my workflows. So, interestingly now, what I want to see is, can I then use the code to invoke this? So I want to go back to V1, which is the prod one. I'm going to code, agents SDK. So I wonder if this will have like my API key built in. Let's see. So let's just go to ChatGPT and we'll say just make a simple front end for this. Make a simple front end for this. Paste that in. And we'll see how it goes. Oops. So here's a simple front end you can drop in a single HTML file. So I wonder now from this, if I can open this up and deploy it directly in here, if I can have a website and the like N8N workflow all in a winner from the same place. No, so it's not opening up in Canvas. Let me see. Open. Oh, what's this here? For embedding your AI dashboard or agent playground. Open in Canvas. So I want to try and actually run it and deploy it here. So whilst that's doing that, let me come back here because I want to see. It said something about having like front ends, but I can't see any way to do the front end type of stuff with it. What's this here? So ChatKit already powers a range of use cases. Ramp, let's see Canva, because that's like the only really one from here that I'm that familiar with. HubSpot, of course, as well. Evernote, a little bit too. So Canva developers, just for developing stuff. Scroll down. Dataset, prompt optimizer, trace grading. Interest in that stuff there. Pricing availability. Starting today, ChatKit, the new files generally available. Agent Builder is beta. Connect to Registry is beginning its beta rollout. ChatGPT Enterprise, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I don't think there's any way to do the front end right now, but we can have this here. So if we edit that, we can preview it. And let's see if this works. Because what I'm interested to see right now is, the thing it's talking about the traces, is where does it go? So if I go in here, I want to see the traces of this being run. So like, when was it run? What happened? Ideally, I'd like to see some version control as well. But I can't see anything. How did I get the grader thing up again? Evaluate, that was it. So if I go here, I can't even go and evaluate. No, can't do anything. So now let's just see if this code will work first. So, agent workflow runner, type your message here. Hi, my order is missing. Let's see what it says, run workflow. Is it running? Don't see anything happening. Come on, ChatGPT, don't be like this. It's a simple front end. Connect it to your remote for back end. Do it in a single file. Got one-handed because we're holding the mic today. Normally I have my mic and stuff. I'm in the kitchen. Everyone's sleeping except me, so I'm downstairs working. We'll let it edit this. We'll stop that. Come out here. Scroll down. Done. It's now a single self. Oh, there we go. Preview. Let's try it again. See if it works. Hi. Order gone. Where's it gone? Who knows? Running. Please enter some text. Here's some information about your plan. So I don't think it is actually running the back end from what I can see. Because this isn't how it actually replied to me in the front end. And people will probably be commenting right now saying, oh, this isn't the point in the SDK thing. But I just wanted to see if it would integrate like this. Although, I'm just realising that I'm not passing in the code from this actual workflow's endpoint. I'm just getting the code equivalent of this here. And so if I was actually to try and do it, so this is the actual getting the code. This is for the added allowed domain to use ChatKit. So I'll need to have a look more into this. And then maybe pass in the workflow ID to get it to work, which would be interesting. But anyway, that is our agent builder. Totally left the field, did not expect this from OpenAI. So far it looks pretty cool, and it looks like it's going to become an integrated single place for all the use cases. So things like Lindy, I think, are going to be worried. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh my god, the mic was upside down this whole time. Bye-bye.